Hello IC fans, Racing 393. This is part 4, stroke 5 of the NTC Nitro touring car by Team Associated that I'm doing. So it's the NTC3. The reason it's part 4/5 is I've done another video previously. It was tied up with another kit. I think it was from memory. It was either the Super Champ or the RC10T, so I added a bit in that I was doing on this Nitro. So this is a dedicated video now to sort of finishing up the Team Associated NTC3 Nitro Touring Car 3, and it went together really well. So in this video we finish off with the electrics, tidy the wiring up, get everything with the servos and the throttle adjusted, so you got the full throw of the servo without overdoing it, so it sort of puts strain on the servo unnecessarily, and we also fire it up so that we can get it used, well, tied in with the transmitter, so we can get, you know, acceleration and brake and just make sure everything works. Yeah, it went together well. Haven't got a body shell yet, spoiler alert, but that will be incoming very soon. So it's a very short intro, so sit back and enjoy the video. Well, here we are in part 5 for the Team Associated NT3C build. I've done a bit since I last filmed, and if you can hear some beeping in the background, it's just the other cameras on, sort of focusing on nothing, but it's because it's not recording, so it just thinks, I know, that's the dog barking. Yeah, as I was saying, I've done some bits on this that I probably didn't film. I can't remember what I did, but we've got like which I'll show you in a minute. We've got like a fuel filter, batteries. I've also got like a rear anti-roll bar, which you can probably see there. I just thought I'd put that on, and it has, you know, made the back a little bit more like stiffer, especially on the roll centres, if you like, where the front hasn't been doing that. But in today's video, what we plan to do is get the wiring done, get it all put in. Why is that doing that? Like it's just stuck in auto China mode. I'll tell you what, technology is absolutely shit from China. Maybe if I move that there, I don't know, would that be better? Just recorded a big load of nothing, and that's a bit weird because you can see like the bright light. Just, I think it's from that. And this is all going off because it's freezing. Nothing works. Nothing works. Yeah. So the heater freezes itself because it's propane, and ends up, you can't see it, it's behind me there, ends up frozen, which means that doesn't work. If I've got my heater on here, it puts out too many amps for the wiring, so the wiring's out in the garden, which blows, and then the freezer next door doesn't work. Not next door, but the next shed. It's all a big do it properly or don't bother doing it type of thing. And also now I've got a situation where the light is sort of shining down and making this look like it's like really misty. I'm not too happy with that picture. I don't know what to do about that. But while messing about with other stuff, let's get onto the car. I'm going to change cameras. So the camera, you can hear beeping. Time to get rid of this Chinese crap. But then again, what would we have? We don't make nothing in the UK. Anyway, let me just change cameras. So, different camera view. You can probably see the car a little bit clearer. It's a bit more high resolution, this one. What I plan to do, get these wiring sorted out, get the switch in there. I've got one of these, I was moaning about China a minute ago, but a cheaper Chinese Samwa receiver, which will go in here. I'm just looking at what I've got to do here. So I know I've got the battery that I might need to charge up. Got to bind the receiver, and I think I've got to take a lot of this top plate off to get the wiring into this box, which in itself is going to be a bit of a challenge, shall we say. I think that box can come out, and I think this has got to come off, and the problem with that is it's all held on there with the servo, all a bit integrated. It all needs to be done like back to front, so I just need everything wired in so I can get it wired in out of the way best I can. You can see here we got this sort of, I think this is the original switch. I've got a new one just out of shot there, but I'm going to check this on first to see if this works. But I'm going to take the lid off. That. I think what I might do, because it's a bit faffing about, I'm going to work on the wiring, and I'll be back when I'm ready to, stick the receiver in there without the lid on, to get it bound and operative, so it all works. And then I'll be back. I've actually got the glow starter on charge as well, so with a bit of luck we should be able to get it fired up and operating on the transmitter in this video. That's the plan anyway. So right, let me sort this out. It's cold in here still, so 7 degrees, 99% humidity. What's that mean? It's raining in here, is it? It's so damp in here. I mean, it doesn't help that this, you still can't see it, but the butane canister gets cold, which I can, and then you've got to sort of like blow on it. Or it can be a really simple thing, just putting your hand on the valve, if you like, and it thaws it out. But small world problems. Anyway, let me get this in some form of order. So that's all back together. Electrics are all in, wiring, switch. I think got a dodgy switch, but all the wiring is back in, sort of into the box, bound. I think this, I don't know, probably where it was left outside or in the water or something, I don't know. But sometimes when you switch it on, it doesn't actually go on. You can't see the receiver, you can't see the light, you just get no connection. What else have I done? Charging the battery. I did find that the steering got jammed. I don't know why that was. I was trying to look at what was jammed, but I couldn't see it. It just unjammed itself. It was a bit weird. Angled the carburetor so that this is as straight as it can be. It's not the perfect setup. I mean, is it ever? Because it's sort of, I'm going to show you, it sort of strains here a little bit. I'll see if I can zoom in a bit on the camera. It's a bit throttle linkage. So if I flick it on, it's on. We've got, hopefully we've got steering, but it has jammed again. Yeah, it has jammed. I need to look at that, because I don't know if it's hitting
anything on here, which we have a real pain. Something's hitting it. Another problem I just found. Anyway, it was this bit we're looking at. So you can see on here, it all sort of links, and yeah, that's full throttle, which I've checked on the throw on here is fine, and the brakes work fine. It's just the steering's not fine. I think it's hitting this centre shaft, the cup. I'm going to have to look at that now. I can't do it on the camera because I don't know what I'm doing by showing you. But yeah, it's yeah, that is weird. It wasn't doing that before. It might be where something's tight. Because it sort of, when it does that, it hits. I've got a feeling. No, it's not a grub screw. There's a bolt there which is supposed to clear a groove. You can't see it, but it's right down there. Right, I need to look at that. I'm not overly concerned at the moment, unless it's where the suspension's at full. No, it won't be that way. Right, I think the next thing now is we'll give it a little fire up and get it with the, so it's running with this, and get it. So I'm not going to tune it, you know, it's peeing down rain. It's only 12 degrees in here, so yeah, I just want to make sure that the throttle response and the carburetor is fine, because it sort of does put strain on it, which I'm a little bit concerned about, but it does come out. I might have to start it up without the filter on so I can see what the butterfly's doing, but yeah. Anything else? No, that's all, apart from this new steering problem, which wasn't doing it that earlier on, so I don't know why it's doing that now. I'll have to look into that. So let's get things sorted. Right, so primed, it's got fuel in it, 16%. Let's turn it on. So we got that. Let's put the glow starter on. Well, let's see if anything happens. Assuming this one's working, of course. After all this. So this is the one that's been charging. And it's glowing. So it's probably not enough fuel. Right, it seems to be working, so let's have a look. Right, it did fire. It's not ideal, is it? Nearly. Well, eventually. Yeah, it seems to work alright now. Obviously this tuning. Obviously it's going to need a tune, which there's no point doing that here. That was a bit of a bitch to start. So although I edited it a little bit, you didn't really miss much. It might be drawing air from somewhere. It could be the head, because that one of those bolts was stripped a little bit, hadn't it? Yeah, but at least it did start. I think it just needs more fuel. It started a lot easier when I did it first time, and I hadn't changed anything. So, what is that proving? That you don't know how to do. You don't know how to do nitros. I do. It was, you know, it wasn't warmed up. It's a bit awkward the way I was holding it, but at least it runs. Now I know I've got to sort the steering out. Something's catchy. I won't necessarily film that, but I'll probably update you once I've found out what it is. There's still a bit of fuel in there, so it's not too bad. I will put a small amount of oil just down the bore and leave it a little bit 3-in-1. Just going to put a couple of drops. But there we go. Well, success. Still think, although it's easier with pull start in some respects, I prefer starter boxes. I don't know if this would work on a starter box. It might do. Should do. I've got a starter box, so maybe next time I start it, once I've figured it out, I'll do it on a starter box so you can see the difference. I've got to sort the steering out now. You might have seen that rear wheel sort of be a bit floppy, a bit buckled, but anyway, let's change cameras. Well, there you go. A quick start up, only very slightly edited. I mean, it's only because I was trying to get in a comfortable position to get it a go, so it's not because it didn't take ages. I mean, it's not much longer than what you saw in the video. It's probably about 10 minutes. A lot of it was because I hadn't bloody got myself in a position where you can pull up, and like I said a minute ago, I actually prefer starter boxes, if I'm honest. There's one there, I think I've got 3 for some reason, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it will work underneath. Yeah, these are absolutely amazing. 1/10 4-wheel drive touring car Nitro 2-speed. But it's all, I've got to sort the steering out because the steering, something's not quite right, and I'm not sure what it is. It catches, sort of catches somehow in there, but I don't know what. But yeah, so far so good. I've got a bag of bits here for this NTC3, including another exhaust, but it's the same as that but blue, I would think. Quite a sought after touring car. So yeah, I've got some fuel in there. There's not much I can do about that at the moment. It'll be alright. It's not going to be in there for like 30 years, is it? Everything's all freed up on it now when you run it, apart from, it seems, that front steering. So I don't quite know why. I mean, is anything bent? Is the chassis bent up? I don't think so. But that will end that video, and I'll see you when I update it next time. That was part 5, I think. Was it? Part 5? So that's a fairly completed project now. What do you think so far? Hopefully you'd have watched the rest. I mean, it could do with front anti-roll bar as well, but you know, the steering I think is most important, and then maybe I'll pick up a front anti-roll bar or something at some point. Yeah, so I'm just going to quickly check those head bolts, because that's tight. It's tight. It's tight. Yeah, they're all tight. So I thought one of those head bolts had stripped, but clearly not. Yeah. Right, that'll do. I'll pack that. Well, not pack it away. I've got another kit there. Well, I've got to strip one down, so that might go up there. Got another Schumacher like 3-speed, complete rolling, but I just need the engine off that, to be honest. I might strip that down so I can put this on the shelf up there. Right, that'll do. I'll do a quick closing.
So that's that pretty much complete now. It's always the way, isn't it? Got a steering fault. I kind of knew it was there, because I think what happened when you turn the wheels round before, yeah, it was all together as a rolling chassis, and just turning the wheels round made the front wheels sort of do this, and I couldn't work out what that was. It transpires, I still haven't properly looked into it, but it seems like the steering bridge underneath the front, where the drive shaft, the prop shaft fits into the cup, into the front diff, under there, it seems to be catching on something, but it will make the steering jam. And when you do the servo, when you go left and right, the servo's like, you know, using the servo saver, so it's springing. I'll have to look into it. It might be something loose under there. I mean, I did have it all apart, so I don't remember putting it back together wrong, but it could have happened. So there's that transpired. It seems to be a bit of an issue. Anything else? Not really. It was a bit of a pig to start. A lot of that was because I just wasn't holding the car properly. You know, it's a bit fiddly on. Well, it's not fiddly. I don't know what was the matter with that one. It's just the where the pull start is, and where I've had to hold it on the bench. I prefer the starter box. They are, you know, it's something else to carry around with you, isn't it? And I suppose Well, you know, if it depends really. If you got your backpack or whatever, or you just put it in the back of your car and you just happen to be on location and stuff in the car, I can't actually see a problem with it. It's another extra thing that's got to be charged. I think that is the main issue when it comes to Nitro. You got the usual stuff like the batteries in the Nitro. Doesn't matter if it's a Nitro or electric, the batteries in the car needs to be charged. You then have, for a Nitro, the glow starter. That has to be charged. And then if you take a starter box with you, or a roto start I suppose, the batteries in those need to be charged. And it is a bit of a... It might seem a very small problem to have, but if you've got batteries that deteriorate, or you've got older batteries, you know, this is where it can get quite expensive, especially when you've got more than one. A Nitro car I'm talking about, like I've got like a load of them. So although the starter box doesn't always fit the same car, you might have to change orientation, because some of the starter boxes come with the pins, but I hardly use them anyway. But it's the batteries, you know. I don't know what you guys do, but taking the battery pack out of the car, do you transfer it to other cars? I tend not to do that because some of them are quite integral part of the car, so getting them out can be a little bit of a ball ache. But yeah, that aside, it did start, it did run. It's no point tuning it in a shed, it's just not going to work. It's got a slightly buckled rear wheel, but it had that anyway. I knew it had that. They've all been turned down, the wheels, so they're all tyres I should say, so they're all fairly symmetrical in diameter. It will go out for a run because I need to get it to run. I'm going to take two out, that one and the ACME Condor. And as we speak, that ACME Condor, I haven't edited it yet, but there's a video from last February. That's February 2024 when I was building that car up. And I just did not get round to taking it out. So I think this year, 2025, is going to be the year I'll take them both out. You know, added problems of batteries in all cars, and that one hasn't been run. The Nitro ACME Condor hasn't been run or looked at for over a year. It just sat on my shelf, on my racking in my shed. So might as well make a go of it, or two of them, and then that'll probably just be the chassis for now, just to see how they run. And then we'll get, one's got a shell, isn't it? So the NTC3 will need a shell. So anyway, that's the end of part 4/5. Hoping the weather at the time of recording, as you probably heard on the video, it's chucking it down with rain. Hopefully the weather will improve very soon, and if you look out for the next video for 2 Nitro running videos, but like I say, not flat out, balls out, all out, let's go out. Is that a thing? But more of a tuning video, because neither one of the cars, the Condor or the NTC3, have ever been outside, so it'd be interesting. So keep an eye out for those video, or not those video, for that video, and you can be notified when that one comes out if you subscribe. If you feel like watching that video, you want to be notified, and you can hit the notification bell to be notified. So it would be appreciated. I hope you enjoy the videos that I do. I hope you enjoy this video, and I shall see you very soon for the next one. Bye for now.